it's your boy back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Y'all know what time it is. It is Tuesday. It's your Tuesday stream, the last stream of 2025. And who better to hang out with than my boy Carl Jones, which will be joining us in just a moment. Man, it's been already a full year, huh? It's already been a full year. It's craziness. And we're about to go into the postseason once we finalize this week against these Jets. But boy, oh boy, the real question is, do we have a shot? Yes, but are you confident? Are you confident in these Bills? We're about to talk about it with my man Carl Jones. You guys stay tuned. I'm not gonna listen. Let me bring my guy in right now. You just give me the guns, and we good to go. We good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with my guy Carl Jones from Blues for Buffalo. We're gonna get into it right off the rip. How did you feel about this game? Were you as frustrated as Bills fans were? Now, it's probably different for you because you're not as invested as a lot of Bills fans are that actually live in Western New York, have been fans for 50 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But have you been reading and feeling the frustration from Bills fans all over social media or even in town?
Yeah, well, I've definitely been seeing it and feeling it. I go to work, and a lot of my coworkers are diehard Bills fans, and listen, the past 48, 72 hours ain't been the most pleasant. For me in particular, that game, I said it on TV and quite frankly, leading up to the week, it was a measuring stick to see how I felt about the Bills offense. I thought that in their matchups this season against the best defenses on their schedule, they've either struggled or they didn't look like a high-powered offense that we are accustomed to seeing in their other matchups. So I'm thinking about the Houston Texans. And I know the Cleveland Browns, they were inches away from scoring 30 if Dawson Knox didn't drop that pass, but they still weren't clicking on all cylinders. The Atlanta Falcons at that time were a top 10 offense. They struggled on that day. So I just wondered, okay, they haven't played a lot of great defenses this year. They're going to play a top 5 one in the Philadelphia Eagles. What do they look like? And it kind of looked like how I thought it would. So that's where it gets a little
dicey,
a little concerning, considering in the AFC playoff picture, there's probably listen, taking out the Texans because they're their own beast. I think the Broncos have a great defense. I think the Chargers have a great defense. I think the Jaguars have a great defense. And then, so if you want to reach your ultimate goal, which is the Lombardi Trophy, you're going to have to face another unit similar to the Eagles. So that's where my mind was, and I think I got at least most of my answers Sunday afternoon.
Oh, damn! You got most of your answers, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let me put you on the spot here. If Bills fans are sitting here saying, "Bro, we're cooked, bro. We're done." Like, talk about all the things you want to talk about. Talk about how great Josh Allen is. Talk about how we have a running back that's about to get the rushing title. But when you look at the overall picture on what they've painted, the picture looks like crap right now. It's inconsistent. You got a beautifully. It's like that picture of that horse that it's like the horse looks amazing. And then as you go on, you're like, what the hell is that? This is what this offensive team has been all year. What the hell is that? So for those that are pissed off and annoyed, are they justified for being so?
I mean, when you look around the AFC, you're going to be pissed off and irate. And I get it. You see the big bad wolf that is taking you guys down for the better part of 5 seasons. He's no longer there. Lamar Jackson, even if they do make it in, what up, Brian? Even if they do make it in, they won't be clicking like the big bad Ravens they've been from the past. There's no Joe Burrow. So on the surface, you're like, man, this is our year to be clicking on all cylinders and walk to a Lombardi Trophy. I want to just walk you off that ledge for a second here because I do think the Bills have some fatal flaws. They do. But if you look around the AFC, I can say the same about all 7 teams that will be in the dance this year. Every single one. I can go down the line for you really fast. The Denver Broncos, their offense is wildly inconsistent. The New England Patriots, I think that their defense is gettable, and I don't know if they have any S-tier players on offense outside of Drake May. When I go down to next to Jacksonville Jaguars, I think their defense is excellent, but their pass rush leaves a lot to be desired, and their run game is bleh. The AFC North is their own beast. Whoever the hell they comes out, they got their own issues. The 5 seed, the Houston Texans, I love them to death, but boy, oh boy, their offense is more frustrating than a 5th grader trying to play a sport. And then the Bills are their own thing, and then the Chargers, the offensive line is just disrespectful to the sport. So like every single team has a fatal flaw if you're the Bills fan, and I think you should take solace in that.
So you're saying the Bills have a chance to walk right to the Super Bowl?
Well, no one's walking nowhere. Every single team is going to be going through needles and hurricanes and blizzards and storms to the Super Bowl because it will be a tough. No team has a clean path. Because no team is good enough to just say they can walk anywhere.
I kind of like that because as much as we are frustrated, and I'm gonna piggyback on your point here. As much as we are frustrated with the Bills and how we want everything to be just la di da, and we want everything to kind of be like last year, no year is gonna be the same. I mean, just take a look at the AFC West. We're the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not there. Look at the Ravens. The Ravens are a shell of themselves. They don't look the same. So we can take solace a little bit. The silver lining I'm going to take in this is that we haven't really seen Josh Allen and this offense really hit full stride, and we still have an opportunity for that. So I do love that. I look at the Denver Broncos, like you said, they've got some flaws. Bo Nix has had some moments where they were like, I don't know if that guy's even the answer for the Broncos, and then he's turned it on. You go look at the Chargers; they've lost almost every old lineman they have. Right, they're
Bobby Hart is playing left tackle for the Chargers, y'all. Bobby Hart.
And we Bills fans know who. But listen, Bobby Hart is playing left tackle for the Chargers. So like, there's an opportunity. The Jaguars are the only team that I'm like, that's a pretty decent squad right there. They bolstered their receiver room. Myers is out there. He seems to have something. I think they even gave him an extension for crying out loud. So it feels that it doesn't matter who the Bills play. We have an opportunity no matter what. Now, speaking of opportunity, we had a missed opportunity down the stretch against these big, bad, defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I know the Eagles aren't the same team they were last year, nor are the Bills. Could you find some encouragement in that game, whether you're looking at the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball? What did you see that encouraged you?
I can go on both sides of the ball here. I think that Brandon Cook showed you the ability to stretch the field. And I know he technically stretched the field before that, just didn't catch it. But I do think it's something, if I put on my defensive back cap for a second here, at least gives you something to think about. I'm not just going to sit on every single route. I got to make sure I get my pedal a little bit because clearly the Bills have shown the willingness over multiple weeks now to throw it to him. I'm not saying he's going to be some game breaker, but I'm not just clicking and closing on every single slant and dig I see no more because now they are Josh Allen is willing or has a guy that he feels comfortable throwing the ball to 30, 45 yards down the field. So separate of his stat line, I just think that juice on the field is something that opposing teams will at least honor. I'm not going to say they're going to respect, but they're definitely just going to think about it when he's out there. Defensively, I think that they're playing much better than what they've been in the past. Do I think they're great? No, I don't even know if I think they're good, but they were playing at such a poor level earlier in the season. I've told you this ad nauseum. The defense just can't be an anchor. And I think they're far past that at this point. I think there are times where they can really, really elevate and uplift this team. The second half of that game was excellent. Listen, I got so many concerns about the Philadelphia Eagles. I see why brother A.J. Brown frustrated every single week. Watching that film back, I felt like I was watching toddlers play. There was a play where Devontae Smith was a lead blocker through the B gap. Like, what the, excuse my French, fuck? Like, what? It was just awful. There was one play where they asked the center to try to reach Joey Bosa. What? Whatever. But you can only play who's in front of you. And I thought back-to-back weeks, the Cleveland Browns as well as the Philadelphia Eagles, they've done their part in shutting down the opponent, even dating back to the second half of that Patriots game. So the defense, I think, is heading in the right direction, trending upwards, and Bills fans should take solace in the fact that they are figuring out ways to make do with a unit that has a lot of missing parts.
I'm gonna put out an olive branch. Is that what they say? You lean out an olive branch, extend an olive branch. Is that what they say?
Yeah, extend.
I'm gonna extend the olive branch. Although I've been very harsh on my thoughts on Joe Brady, some folks will want to blame Joe Brady for this loss. This ain't on Joe Brady. Did Joe Brady help in this case where some plays were here and there off a little bit? Is any offensive play coordinator going to call a perfect game? You're not going to get that often. So Joe Brady does deserve an olive branch because he did put the team in position to win. That being said, we got to talk about 17.
Yeah.
17 let us down. 17 knows it. So I'm not talking out of pocket. 17 let us down. He did not play the quality of football that Bills fans are used to, Bills fans demand from him, and he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. I'm a Bills fan. I cover the team, but I thought this was an uncharacteristic game for Josh. The decision making that he was making, not great. The bonehead, and I'll say it, people say, "Oh, it's a little harsh." Man, shut your ass up. The bonehead fumble that he caused, which turned this whole game around. You're too, and I said too old. Let me rephrase what I'm trying to say. You've been in the game too long to be pulling crap like that. You won't see that from Pat Mahomes. You will not see bonehead plays from that. But you're in the conversation with Pat Mahomes. You can't do stuff like that. You can't revert back to year 3, year 2, Josh Allen. Right. That's unacceptable. The money you're being paid, the level of play, the way the league looks at you, you can't do things like that, because then it says, can I trust this guy? I trust Josh Allen, but that was a poor decision, and we can't have that Josh Allen going forward into the playoffs and even leading this team, especially all games on the road where he's been awful. He's not been great. Talk to me on your thoughts on Josh Allen's play and your trust in Josh Allen. I'll talk about it. You cover the team. Your trust in Josh.
Well, I mean, I think I agree probably with everything you just said there. And there are a lot of plays where there can be blame for everyone involved. Whenever you score 13 points in a game, all 11 players, the coach, the water boy, trainers, equipment staff, they all got some blame with that. But when you think about the individual moments where you want your MVP level quarterback, quite frankly, your starting quarterback to come through, he didn't. I think about the play that's kind of swept under the rug a little bit. That Khalil Shakir catch on the drive where Josh Allen was stopped on the inch-yard line. That second down, if he puts that in front of Khalil Shakir, a play that we've seen Josh Allen make 10,000 times, he's walking into the end zone. Instead, he has to turn around, stop his feet, he catches the ball, and he gets tackled for a no-yak gain. Obviously, we've all seen the fourth down play where he just does not see Brandon Cooks on the escort screen and tries to run it in himself, and he gets tackled. Then the 2 fumbles, the one missed snap, the snap where he lost 4 yards in the play. Then later that drive, the fumble that the Eagles gained 20 yards on. And then obviously at the end of the game, just a misfire. Can't have that happen. Even in the fourth quarter, a play that I know has been a lot of argument about, and I just can't figure out for what reason. It was 3rd and long, and he takes a sack, and people were like, well, they weren't going to kick the field goal. My brother, if he dumps it off to Ty Johnson in the flat and it's 4th and 5, they were going. I promise. Listen, I'm not going to spill all my beans. Listen, I'm not even about to spill all my beans here. I can promise y'all, after that extra point was blocked by whoever the kicker was, Mike Badgley, he was never going back in the game, period. So, I don't know why y'all worry about a field goal. He was never going back on that field after that. So they were going to go for it on 4th down if they just had any reasonable distance. And since he took that terrible sack, they had to punt it. So I just thought that it was an uncharacteristic game by him. And you do bring up a good point. The passing game just has not been good at all on the road this year. Probably the best it was in Miami, and that was a loss. And they didn't score a point until the 4th quarter in that game either. So, listen, I'm not about to slam him and say he's some bad player. Obviously, we all know he's probably the best quarterback in football this season.
For sure.
But that was uncharacteristic, and they don't have much room for error, especially when the running game is having an off day like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm trying to look for the clip, but you're a film guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring this up to you, and I'll bring it up to the chat afterwards. I got to dig in a little bit, and I know you got I got a little more time with you. I got to dig in a little bit. The missed PAT from Michael Bagley. Is that his name? Michael? It doesn't matter. He's not on the team anymore. The missed PAT from Bagley. Jalen Carter is he's a hell of an athlete. You can't deny that, brother. That brother is nice. Okay. Did you know that's the second block kick he's had over the Bills? That's the second time. Wow. Back in 2023 when we played, he blocked that field goal from Tyler Bass. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that. Now you mentioned.
Okay,
that, yeah.
So let me bring you up to speed, right? Because that's not why I'm bringing this up. When you look at the film, go in the interior of the line. We already know who our center is. You look at your right guard. Our right guard is number 64. You know who that is, right?
Cybo, of course.
Cyrus Torrance. Go look at that play and see how much he got bulldozed out the way on that play. That's number one. Go back to the Browns game the week prior. Miss PAT, although it was wide right, Go look at 64 again. There needs to be a conversation about the interior of that line in PATs and all those little things, because those little details do matter. I brought that up because I'm going to bring the footage up after. It's nasty work. I don't like it. It goes from there. Now, here's a real question I got to ask you before you get out of here.
I can go to like, I got like 9:05 is when I got to get up out of here.
Bet. All right, let me ask you this. Do you sit Josh Allen next week? And the reason I ask that question is because there's incentives on the line. There's records on the line. There's, consistent. Iron Man, where you have a guy that, he takes every snap. Brett Favre was known to be one of those guys. Eli Manning was one. They took him out. It was such a big deal. You got to play him one at least. So do you sit Josh Allen, or do you allow him to play to gain that one more touchdown that he needs to get 40 touchdowns to be 6 years consecutive of a 40 touchdown season? Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's funny because obviously he's going to play one snap at minimum to extend the streak of starts. And we were talking about this in the workplace today. I think if that's what the mission is to get him one touchdown, you run the ball the entire way down that field. And then once you get to the 1 yard line, you push. And then you take his helmet from there. You take his helmet and say, brother, don't even think about football the rest of the day. Actually, give me your shoulder pads too. So me personally, I would just want him to rest up and just do the one snap thing. But I know how much records mean to players individually, and you ain't trying to like rub nobody the wrong way. We all got things that like we are meaningful to us. Clearly, the snap streak is something that is that is important to him. And when we speak to him tomorrow, we will ask, like, hey, it's something that the 40 touchdown streak is important to you as well. So we will have a better indication on that. I don't have that insider info at the moment, but gun to my head right now, I will say, hey, we running the ball from the 35-yard line down to the 1, and then we push. Yeah, hey, honestly, give me the cleats too. The cleats, the thigh boards, all that.
Give me that jock strap, bro. You out. You ain't playing, bro.
Yeah, I need all of that. Don't you even go back out there.
No doubt about it. Hey, I got a little something coming from my man, Jeff King. What up, Jeff? Jeff comes in and says, gentlemen, happy New Year's to you and your families. And yes, he is confident. He says, let the starters sit, because there's nothing I like better than a pissed off Josh Allen and a pissed off Bills team. Health and happiness in 26. Your thoughts on that? Do you think players take that into it? I sit this game. I'm motivated for the first playoff game. I don't give a damn who we play. I'm ready to go. Does that matter? Or do you think Josh needs this to kind of stay in rhythm and stay in momentum to take it into the playoff game?
You can maybe make case by case, but in this scenario, he's injured. I know he tried to tell, my bad. There's a difference between hurt and injured. He is hurt. You let that brother rest. And I think that above all else, a game where you want to get your rhythm up to Steve. You've been playing for 10 years now, however long you've been in the NFL. You got enough rhythm and enough consistency. Go heal your foot up, because a 70% Josh Allen, no Lombardi trophy. A 95% Josh Allen, there's a much better chance that can happen.
No doubt about it. Here comes Jeff King once again. He goes, let me say this, folks. Nobody is above reproach. And for the illiterate Fs out here, look it up. Without Josh, we're lucky if we win 4 games. Appreciate what you have. And he's absolutely right. But Jeff and I have talked many times. And sometimes you want to appreciate what you have, but you gotta let the person that you appreciate, let them know that we appreciate you that much that we got to tell you messing up, brother. You messing up, and we need you. And Josh doesn't give me the impression that he needs a whole lot of motivation.
No.
That bad game alone sets him apart from the others and says, I got you. And I think he understands what's at stake here. So big shout out to my man, my man Jay King. Give me that comment here. My man Richie Fresh says, in my opinion, the crap play from 17 will fuel him. Watch out. All right, so let's go to this. Aside from the Bills, you see what's in the playoffs. The Bills will probably be seated at 6, potentially 7. Who cares? Or does it matter? I don't know. Have you looked at the seeding? What are your thoughts on where the Bills can seed? I think they know better than the 6 or 7 seed. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we talked about this in the media room after the game a little bit, and heading into the game, there are a lot of people, myself included to a certain extent, that said, hey, you want no parts of Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry. Bad voodoo, bad vibes going to Baltimore. It probably will be a night game. It's just not good. Don't match up well, all that good jazz. And I get it. But then the more I look about this Bills team, and quite frankly, over the better part of 2 seasons, in a shootout manner, I trust the Bills to go blow for blow with anyone in football. if the Ravens put up 35, I trusted the Bills can get 36. I truly feel that way. But the recipe that I've seen work against the Buffalo Bills, not named Patrick Mahomes, is when you can rush with 4 and play coverage on the back end and stop the run, and the offense turns into a snail's pace at that point. So that's why I'm not that fearful of the Baltimore Ravens, because their defense, their front 4 hasn't been great. So then I look at the other teams in the AFC. First round, notably, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They can stop the hell out of the run, and they have a really good pass defense. And I think that is something that if you are the Bills, you have struggled with. Now, the one difference between the Jags and maybe the Texans or Eagles, their pass rush isn't as great, so they won't get as much pressure on Josh. But in terms of slowing down James Cook, I think they're second in football in terms of not just like pure yardage, in terms of all of the metrics as well. They're awesome. They've slowed down Jonathan Taylor twice. And then also to go with that, Liam Cohen, who for my money is like one of the more fun offensive minds in football right now. He did a great job with Baker Mayfield last year. Great things continuing with Trevor Lawrence. And I see this Bills team, and I think they can get gettable in that way. So if I look at just the first round, I think the Jags are the team you don't want to play just based off of just the X's and O's and matchups.
I mean, listen, if you to get out of the cold weather, go to Duval. It's nice and warm. We're ready to go. Yeah. Maybe the Bills do want that, or maybe they're not conditioned for that. They're right now they're conditioned for that East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Cold weather. I'm saying a little bit of humidity. It might not be so great. So who knows? Who knows how that plays out? I got one little last bit for you, because this is one take that I have. If I were to ask you your best 5 receivers on this roster going forward, do not move anybody else, who do you keep?
Like going into the playoffs?
Going into the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go with Khalil Shakir. We'll go with Brandon Cooks. We'll go with Josh Palmer, Tyrell Shavers. And then I'll probably go Gabe Davis. Yeah, I'll probably go Gabe Davis.
I'm going to disagree with you there. And I'll tell you why before you get out of here. You know exactly who I'm putting. You know exactly who I'm putting.
I know. I'm saying who you putting Keon over. Like that's my
Gabe Davis.
Yeah. No, you saw a pause on that one. I was really struggling with that one.
Yeah, I know you did. So and here's my reasoning. Mm-hmm. What did Gabe Davis do for us last week? Nothing. But yet we poo-poo on Keon Coleman. That is the younger, faster, more athletic, bigger, and with being benched so often, if I'm going to go with one of these two guys, I'm going with Keon Coleman. I have to go with Keon Coleman. Do not put Gabe Davis on that field. Not because I don't like Gabe Davis. I just feel like if you're going to take one of the two, take the more athletic one. The guy that is just a freak athlete and just hasn't figured it out yet, put him on the field and figure something out with him. Because they're not that far off in terms of run blocking, because they both do a good job. Maybe give the edge to Gabe Davis, but that's not why you want a receiver on the field. You want a receiver to go make some plays for you. Gabe is not that dude anymore. He hasn't been. That's why we shipped him off, and then he came back, and he's been on the practice squad. That's not even neither here nor there, but I feel like this receiver room is such a joke. Miko Hardman gets cut. They bring him back. What are we doing? At this point, what are we doing? Who's managing this roster? Oh, it's Brandon Beane. What a mess that is. Anyway, I wanted to ask you that question because I was just curious as to how you see this receiving room, because it's just
I think there are over the place. Yeah, it's all over the place. I think there is a core 4, and I think that 5th one is a debate that I don't feel strongly about, and clearly you do, and I will concede that. I'm not going to lie. I'll say this though. I will in the playoffs, and this is much easier said than done. I hope that they would stop this Little League, youth football, youth basketball, CYO rotation, and just find a solid 3 or 4 that they want to roll with and just go. Because for one, guys can't get into rhythms when they're in and out of the lineup. And then 2, when Dalton Kincaid, if and when he gets back to the lineup, and who knows, he might have something severe wrong with that knee to where he just won't be back to himself. But if he's out there, let's just say 80% clip, he doesn't play tight end. Dalton Kincaid is a receiver. So that will also lend to dwindling that rotation. I am sick and tired of this. It reminds me of like 8th grade football where everyone has to play. And it's just like, bro, I know you guys are struggling to find guys you trust.
It's embarrassing at this point.
It's week 18 now. We got to find like at least 3 of them that you trust to run. Like, so that's where I'm just like,
Listen,
undisappointed like you.
I'm with you, man. It's embarrassing at this point. I got one last one before you get out of here. My man Brian Bowers. What up, BB? He goes, Keon in the last game against the Pats last season got 13 targets and only caught 2 balls. Pause. Keon isn't it, y'all. We will see more of the same this weekend. His days are numbered in Buffalo. And this is why I brought it up. Listen, Keon, Gabe, to me, you take the younger, more athletic, and put him on the field. You drafted the guy in the second round. Get something out of that, brother, man. Because you certainly ain't going to get anything out of Gabe.
I can assure you that, and for people in the chat, you take the L out of the lover with that situation. Yeah. All
right. Listen, man. I know you're. We got you. I'm gonna let you get going. I appreciate you always, my man. Richard Fresh says, "Yo, hot take. Texans coming from Buffalo's AFC Championship game. Golly, man. Listen.
Actually, if the Texans are the 5 seed, they can't go to Buffalo. So just want to give you a heads up on that.
Buffalo's on the road the whole way through.
Correct.
The whole way through, unless
the Chargers make a run and it'll be the 6-7 Chargers. Yeah, unless it's the Chargers.
Oh no, you didn't do that, did you? Did you just do that? 6-7?
No, see, you too.
Oh, that, you did it. You did it. I got kids, bro. We in that. We in that now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my guy, Carl Jones, coming through. We appreciate you, my G. And what you got going on? Because I know you said you got some people you're gonna be talking to. You always got somebody on the rope. So who you got next coming up talking to?
Yeah, I actually got 2 things, 2 special projects working on. Thursday, I'm sitting down with Brandon Cooks. So we'll be chatting, we'll be talking. Good dude, real good dude. So good to talk about him for a little bit. Mo, I got no one. I don't need to lie to y'all. I don't get paid to do this. Secondly, I sat down with Joe Andreessen because he's one of the rare people who grew up in Buffalo, played for the Bills, and will more than likely be playing with the Bills in the new stadium. So it's a huge piece we got on just like his thoughts at Highmark Stadium. Obviously, it's the last game, regular season game. Let's be hopeful that they play one more playoff game there. But it's a great story. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and I'll be airing sometime this weekend as well.
Appreciate you, G. Ohio, we got this.
Listen, Ohio State tomorrow, New Year's Eve against the U. Listen, I like the U. Shout out to Miami. I got some good people down there.
I got to tell you something. I saw a guy trolling the Ohio State coming off the thing. He goes, "You guys lost to 1 Cuban. You got 20 more Cubans coming your way. What you gonna do with them?" I said, "Woo!"
Hey, listen. Them Buckeyes gonna be smoking on them Cuban cigars tomorrow night. All right, love y'all boys. Y'all be safe in the chat.
That's my guy. I wanted him to find his exit, and he found his exit. I love that. Shout out to my man Carl Jones. If you guys have not gone ahead and followed my guy Carl Jones, he's at less than 5,000 followers on Twitter, on X. Please do me a favor. Go follow my man Carl Jones, Jones11_. Go follow him. That's my guy, man. We've been rocking now it's been 2.5 years now, man. We've been loving it, man. It's been great. So we appreciate you guys. Smash that like for those that are here, and let's keep it rolling. I need to get into this receiver conversation, because that, in my opinion, is what is going to be the death of us. The death of the Buffalo Bills will be the lack of receiver play. And unfortunately, it's going to be the talk of the offseason. Unfortunately, that's the case. And if we don't figure something out, look at me, listen to me. If we don't figure something out, we should have figured that out weeks ago, months ago. But yet we are still playing with this, rolling this guy in and rolling that guy in. And I'm sick of it. As a Bills fan, I'm sick of that nonsense. Like my man Carl Jones said, find your core 4, get your 5th, and quit messing with the lineup. That's number 1. Number 2, Tyrell Shavers gave us one of those games where you're like, bro, I'm so happy for this guy. This guy was on he was on Radio Row. He was hitting up he was on K Adams. He was everywhere because he had such a game and how he came up in the game. Practice squad, thought he was going to make the roster, never made the roster. And this team continues to just relegate him to just a special teams receiver and a guy that just runs routes and creates underneath opportunities for the likes of Kincaid, Dawson Knox, and Khalil Shakir. But yet, when you needed a play, You tossed it up. He went up and got it against one of the better corners in the game in Quinyon Mitchell. He had a 4-reception, 90-yard game, and y'all went and ignored him the rest of the way. What was supposed to be an interesting game because the Bills benched Keon and said, you know what? This has nothing to do with discipline anymore. This is all to do with just figuring things out. Y'all don't even target the brother that game. What? This is a Joe Brady, Josh Allen issue. Josh, you're practicing with this guy all week. You guys have all these special handshakes, but yet you don't target this brother, man. Like, what's going on? I don't get it. Either he's a good receiver or he's not. Or Josh just isn't looking his way. Or Josh is just looking at 2 or 3 guys and that's it. Because he only trusts 2 or 3 guys. Well, you trusted Shavers when you went down deep to the corner. Can we trust him a little bit more? Because he seems to be the only guy hungry enough to go and make a play for you. Then you got Brandon Cooks. I see y'all been cooking. I like what I'm seeing. I hope this doesn't stop. And I hope that Joe Brady finds a way to continue to open that door to get more opportunities for Brandon Cooks. Damn, he's 32. Damn all of that. Make a play for us because he seems as he's got the freshest legs and he seems like he's the guy that wants to go downfield. Khalil Shakir, keep doing what you got to do. You have no control on what this OC and your quarterback wants to throw the football to. Multiple times you're wide open. You don't want to look your way. He's trying to go for the gusto. You have a clear path to the end zone. He throws it on your back shoulder, so you got to turn around and you're denied at the goal line. Bro, if you're wondering where I'm going with this, 17, you got to be better. You got to be better, bro. You're passing up profit. 17 is passing up profit, going for the gun. He's going. Let me repeat that. 17's got to be better. Period. You can't give up profit when the profit is sitting right there on the table for you. Take it. Take the profit. Instead of taking the profit, he's going for the gung ho. He's going for it all. Take the morsels that the defense is giving you and let those guys do more with what you're going to give them. Josh tends to do too much when too much isn't needed. You don't need to do all that. You have a Ty Johnson on 3rd and long on the sideline doing one of these. Nah, I'm good. I want a deep sea doodah and go back and take an 14-yard sack. Bro, gone are the days that you need to do that, Josh. Cut it out. Cut it out. Signed Bills fans. Cut it out. None of us are saying, oh, this is cute. It's not cute no more, bro. Play in the confines of this offense. If you must do all those things to kind of keep these plays alive, which you've done multiple times for us, we get it. Because many times it's worked in our favor. But when it's right there, bro, take the profit. Take the profit. Because you don't take these profits, bro. We're going to Cancun broke. Because we're leaving profit on the table. Fam, we love Josh. Josh is our guy. But sometimes you got to hold your quarterback accountable, bro. You got to hold your quarterback accountable. That was a team that we could have beaten. Sorry, let me repeat that. That's a team we should have beaten. And we let those fools off the hook. And you got that smug head coach walking like he did something. Boy, you didn't do nothing. Your offense did absolutely nothing in the second half. We let y'all off the hook. So I hope Josh is in his basement stewing, pissed off, and ready to go on this epic run. Because that's what it's got to be. It's got to be an epic run on the road. Take it to each and every dog on your team and take it to them and say, we are going to make history. They're counting us out. They don't think we got it. All right, let's roll. Let's show what we got. On the road, one by one, let's go. And if it happens to be the Patriots, that's number one, what better team to knock off and send home than the Patriots? What better team to start off with? Hey, if we are 7th seed, let's go to Foxborough and do it again. Well, we haven't done it before? Yes, we have. We came down 21 points. Remember that? Let's do it again. I, for one, I don't feel any types of way of playing home or away. Football's football. Go get it. Go get it done. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm trying to get to before I get out of here. We have a crucial week right now to figure out, are we resting these guys up? If you're going to rest them up, rest them all up. And get some of the guys that need some time on the field, like the guys like Shavers, get them warmed up. So when Josh is ready to go, we roll. But as of right now, we got business to handle. We got business to handle. I, for one, am excited about this upcoming playoffs. On the road, on top of that, I don't want this home field advantage. No. I want to be the underdog. I want to be the team that, the Bills don't look good. They're not there anymore. I want them to talk shit about the Bills. I want that. You know what I'm saying? Because now it gives everybody a little bit of chip on their shoulder, ready to go. Last point for me. Bro, I think we found out receiver one right now. I think we found out receiver one. Brandon Cooks is that dude, bro. And in this short time, he's starting to figure out where he fits. Josh is trying to figure out where he fits. I think we got something there. I really do think we have something there. Let's keep it rolling. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Lastly for me, boy, this defense has turned over a brand new leaf. Dan Orlovsky made it very clear since Thanksgiving, this team has been different. We've seen it. We've seen the addition in this defense of Shaq Thompson and what it does for the run defense. And if you're stopping the run and forcing these teams to be in second and long and third and long against one of the best, if not the best passing defense in the game, bring it. Bring it. We dare you. Because our problem is we've been allowing these teams to have exorbitant amount of yards rushing against us. So now we're unsure of what's going to take place, right? We're giving these guys 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s. Make them go 3rd and 6 and 37, have to pass against Christian Benford. Have to pass against the likes of this defense that's got exotic looks. Bro, this defense is cooking right now. We just got to keep it up. Very, very rarely will we say the defense was let down by the offense. It's always the other way around. So if the defense can keep this up and Josh Allen just has that spark, catches fire with his offense, bro, while everybody's kind of saying, I don't know about these Bills, they might turn around and make some real things happen. That's what I'm excited about. And I think Bills fans should be excited about this part. Maybe this loss that happened to the Eagles was a damn good loss. Maybe this loss to the Eagles was a damn good loss. Now, focus. You know, this Jets game don't mean a damn thing. Focus. Use this as an extra bye week for you to prepare for whoever the F you're going to play come first week of January. Ooh, I can't wait. I'm actually looking forward to it. The same way I felt going into that New England game when we were down 21, that's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. Although this loss was like a nasty loss, but I knew deep down that game should have been won. But if and all the coulds and all that crap out the way, you lost. That's what it is. But I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this team bounces back. The one thing that I do like is when the Bills lose, they bounce back very well. So you have that going for the Bills at this moment. I'm looking forward to it. My man says, DJP says, LOL, don't give me hope, Rico. That was funny. Listen, it's just how I feel. You guys know that. I go a lot of times I go by, you know what I'm saying, like gut. Y'all feel good about this, man. Obviously, some analytics got to go through it. Statistics have to go through this. But what I've been seeing, I'm more of an eye. What does the eye tell me? The eyes tell me something. You can read all the stats all you want and all that nonsense, right? But what I see on the field, that's what tells me something. And what I saw from this defense and what I've been seeing from this defense, I'm all right with that because the defense is usually what buries us. Josh usually comes alive in the playoffs. So if Josh comes alive like he normally does, historically, and his defense is giving us something now that they can bring into the playoffs, boy, y'all better watch out. This Bills team might be the most dangerous team. And most folks might like, yeah, but you guys were favored to win it. So, like, what do you mean you're going to be the most dangerous team? Because if you think about it and you watch what people are talking about, they're talking about the Broncos. They're talking about the Patriots. They're talking about the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? And as they should, talk about those teams. Don't let the Bills, you know what I'm saying, kick down the front door. Shoot. Y'all better stop. You got me excited. I'm getting myself excited, golly. I'm getting myself excited. Anyway, I digress. All right, let me before I get out of here, let me take a couple comments, questions, and we'll go from there. I know my man Doc was wondering if we're gonna go live tomorrow. If we do go live tomorrow, it'll probably be an early afternoon live. So be on the lookout for when we go live because I do want to find out what the injury report looks like tomorrow, and then we can discuss it. And then we will see you guys in the new year on Friday. So that will be fun. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, this is the time to drop that in the chat. I'll do my very best to try to read something. And if you want me to really read something, yo, bro, you didn't get my comment. You already know what time it is, man. Jump in the super chat, throw it in there, and that obviously will get priority. So let me see what we got going here. My guy Jeff King says, brother, we have the hand they dealt us. Sorry, brother, we have the hand they dealt us. It's week 18, ride and die, and hope your boys step up. But Jerry Rice ain't coming out the way. Please stop with Coleman. He's shit. I'm sorry. Listen, if you think Coleman's shit, what the hell is Gabe Davis? Honestly, if he's shit, what's Gabe Davis? Because I think Dave Davis is worse than Coleman, in my opinion. In my opinion. Some folks might like it, but if you see Gabe Davis running routes, my gosh, just go take a look. You look for yourselves. That's all I'm going to say. And it sounds like I'm hating on Gabe. I'm not. I just feel that the best five, in my honest opinion, I mean, we already know who the four should be. And the fifth is obviously between Keon and Gabe. Some might say, but he knows the offense. That means absolutely diddly squat to me. Know the offense all you want. What did you do with it? Nothing. Okay? Give me Keon. At least Keon gives you a frame. 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Right? When Josh is looking for someone in the end zone, yo, throw it up. At least you got a 50-50 chance. So if anything, think about this for a quick second. Go back to when Josh is on the goal line. If Keon is in the lineup, do you think that it's a bit of a different call? Probably not. But because he's in the lineup, maybe there's an opportunity to just toss it up and see what he's got. You're not doing that to Gabe Davis. Barely get off the floor. So that's my stance on Keon Coleman. Both slow as Penguins. Nah, not as slow as Gabe Davis. I'll tell you that much. I don't know who Bob Stell is. Bob says, yo, the show pal, you, Zebot, Pierre are the best show in town. Pal. I love when people call me pal. Just wanted to show you some love. Appreciate you. What is that, Bob? Appreciate you, Bob. Thank you for that, Bob. You're a good man, Bobby. You're a good man, Bob. All right, let me keep going up. My man, Red Sand says, yo, he's not shit. Josh doesn't throw him the ball when he's wide open. Watch the film. I did. Golly, I did. Anyways, Josh knows he didn't have a good game. He did not have a good game. But hey, who am I? What do I know? I'm just the same guy like you are watching the film. All right, let me see what we got here. The Real says, yo, Brandon Cooks is definitely a separator. He is our separator, man. So I just hope that we find opportunities for him. This is where Joe Brady has to come in and just tweak that offensive. And if you find that there's something there, gear it towards him. Joe Brady is going to have a huge responsibility going into this playoffs. He's going to have a huge responsibility. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. My man Chris Lopez says that's why another AFC team will win the Super Bowl and we'll be out of the divisional round. Bro, we suck. Point blank. Period. Mr. Lopez, I wouldn't go that far. We certainly do not suck. I'll tell you this much. Let me tell you this much. Go ask a Broncos fan. Go ask a Jags fan. Go ask any of those guys that are the top teams that may draw the Bills. Patriots. Go ask Patriots fans. Maybe there's Patriots fans in here. I bet that they prefer not to play the Bills because there's something about the Bills that is just, golly, if you catch Josh on a bad day, boy, he'll light you up. And that's the fact. That's a fact. So maybe we sitting here worried about all these other teams, bro. Maybe they need to worry about us, right? It's like that guy that says, call the ambulance for you. Maybe the Bills are they're just playing games right now. I don't know, right? They're not playing like they're supposed to be playing. And everybody thinks we're hurt. We're gimpy. Call the ambulance for the Bills. Not this time. So maybe the Bills are the guy that says, call the ambulance for you because someone's gonna need it. Because we're gonna put you in the hospital. I don't know. But we'll see. We shall see. I think I saw a comment that I wanted to touch on. And I must have missed it. All right, let me just keep scrolling until I get out of here. Michael comes in and says, all the offense has to do is score at least 24 points. And I don't trust these other offenses in the playoffs besides the Patriots, who might not have Diggs. Now they're gonna let Diggs play. They're gonna let that legal matter sort itself out and then go from there. They're not gonna say we're gonna bench him until we know what's going on. No, they ain't gonna do that. They're gonna say, we need that, brother, until all this stuff comes out. We'll deal with this after. That's what they'll do. My man, Patriots fan, 99999 quad 9. He goes, Rico, gotta get you on ESPN and Fox or something. I hope some of these execs are watching and give you a shot, bro. I don't know if I'm polished enough for the likes of ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I'm an emotional guy and I'm all over the place, right? So maybe I would be good. Maybe we're not. But listen, let me do my little thing right here. Let me do my little thing right here, bro. Mr. 585 coming from the Rock. What up, bro? He goes, the Josh Palmer experiment needs to end, bro. I'd rather have Keon on the field. Golly. Let me tell you something, man. The Josh Palmer situation, I'm very concerned by that because there are times when Josh doesn't even look that brother's way, bro. I mean, I don't get it. I honestly, I don't understand why it's just not happening. I'm convinced that maybe this Josh, the receivers and the system, maybe this whole thing doesn't mesh, but we've had this all year. So make it work. So as a receiver, Josh Palmer, find your niche, find where it works for you. Brandon Cooks has been here in much shorter time, and he's found his niche. He's found where he fits. So you need to find where you fit. Where is it? Because I've been looking, man. I was the most excited about the signing of Josh Palmer this offseason. He's turned me off. Man. Maybe he can bring me back on his side, but right now I'm just not a fan of what I see from Palmer in this offense. I have to make sure I say that. In this offense, I don't see it. I don't know what's going on. My man Triple Quad 9 says, I'm a Pats fan and I do not want to play the Bills because Josh is a wild card. That's the thing, man. People want to talk about how worried about this team and worried about that team and worried about this team. As Bills fans, worried about all these other teams. Oh, I don't want to play the Baltimore Ravens. Bro, they're probably looking at us like, I'm not trying to see the Bills. I'm not trying to see James Cook. James Cook in that duo run is nasty work. Bro, he's nasty. I'm not trying to see that. And if James Cook gets off, Josh is just going to feed off of that. So, bro, we just as scary as all the other teams, man. We just as scary. I respect your opinion on a number one receiver, but my guy is Shavers. Shavers is the man. Bro, if they make Shavers the number one receiver, I'm good with it. Just find someone that Josh trusts, and Shavers needs to be the guy that he can trust. He hasn't given him any other reason not to. The one time that you had him and you featured him, he did great things for this team. So what are we doing? Why are we not looking his way more often? Can't be politics. It can't be, he's the fifth receiver. Nah, man, bump all that. I highly doubt that's the case, but it'd be a shame if that were the case. It'd be an absolute shame. I can't see that happening. Yo, how much does our playoff experience matter when our team is injured and not as talented? Listen, man, all you need is a few guys on that squad that are ready to go. But what injuries are we really talking about? That's got us like, man, we're so injured. What injuries are we really talking about here? Because I use that as an excuse, and then I started to like really check myself. Like, what am I worried about? Okay, so Ed Oliver's not playing. Okay, we've hadn't had Ed Oliver in months. Okay, DaQuan Jones didn't play last week, but did we seem like we missed him? No, we were. Fedarian Mathis has come on huge. Andre Jones, great job filling in. So like, what injuries are we talking about here? Bernard hasn't been playing well, but Shaq Thompson's replaced him, and he's playing better ball. Okay, we got Benford back, we got Trey White back, we got Max Harrison back. The injury conversation we were having time like months ago, we can't have that anymore. Okay, Josh tweaked his ankle, he'll be fine. So what other injuries are we talking about here? I mean, I'm not even trying to get on you, Koala. You know that. You're my guy. But like, nah, I'm not trying to hear no injuries, man. You want to talk about injuries? Go look at the 49ers. The 49ers were dealing with mad injuries. You think they give a rat's ass about injuries? Look what they're doing. They're about to try to get the number 1 seed. Man, I ain't trying to hear no damn injury talk. I used to use it. Now I had to tell myself, yo, cut it out, man. Quit using that nonsense. Richard Fresh, what up, G? Yo, I'm optimistic. Here's why. When our back's against the wall, it seems we can't just turn on the offense, aka week 1 game, Ravens, weird but true. Sometimes some folks perform a little better when the back's against the wall. Sometimes they perform where, you know what I mean, the what's the word I'm trying to look for? The amount of the room for error is very small. So you got to execute. Maybe Josh deals with that, but I mean, your back was against the wall against the Eagles, and we missed the mark. We absolutely missed the mark. So who knows, man? Who knows? My man TB, what up, Terrence? Terrence says, yo, looking back on the season, Josh has been the problem. Not Brady, not receivers. If we had good receivers, Josh wouldn't see them anyway. Well, I wouldn't call it that, because the reason we are where we are with 11 wins is because of Josh. Let's keep it a buck here now. Let's keep it a buck. Okay. Now, the one last thing I do want to say that I do need to talk to Josh. Well, should mention Josh. Last year, this very same O-line with the very same personnel protected Josh. Josh was the least sacked quarterback last year. What was he sacked? Like 14 times? Josh has now been sacked almost triple that. 40 times. Same O-line. Same running back. Same scheme. That's on Josh. Josh has got to be a lot better at protecting, because if you look at what we've been doing pass protection wise, we're one of the best in the league. Or if you look at what we've been doing in terms of running the football, we're one of the best in the league. This is a top 5 offensive line. 40 sacks. That's on Josh, because Josh is going for the big home run when he's not taking the profits. Last year, he took a lot of the profits. Took the profits, least sacks, and got him an MVP. Now he's trying to, it's like he's moving out of that whole, you know what I mean, taking the profit. He's done with that. That's what it seems like. So he's got to get back to taking the profit. And when your shot is there, take your shot. Got to figure it out. But that was one thing that I noticed that I wrote down I wanted to talk on. That's on Josh, bro. That's on him. Because nothing else has changed. It's not that we have a new center. No. We got a new right tackle. No. We got a new left tackle. No, you still got your Pro Bowl left tackle. No, not that. Not that at all. And you got an all-pro running back. I mean, he should be all-pro this year. We'll see. All right. Let me read a couple more comments, and then we get it cracking, baby. My man said, yo, Palmer is Bean's pick. That's probably why he gets targeted. I mean, every one of these receivers are Bean's pick. So, I mean, shoot. It is what it is. It is what it is. My girl Laura says, yo, hope 2 weeks rest helps the players that need it. Absolutely. These 2 weeks will help. And if we do what we need to do, we get Ed Oliver back. And that changes this whole defense. But we've been doing decent after Thanksgiving without him. We found ways to kind of, you know what I'm saying, adjust. Michael Hoyt, ooh, that was a big one. Oh, man. Michael Hoyt, listen, a darling to me. That boy was a darling. That boy, the two weeks that this brother was on this team, we looked good defensively. Yo, listen, if we can get those two boys back next week, if we could, listen, I'm not going to say if. I'm done with that because we can't get those brothers back. We can't get those brothers back. But those are two big losses. I'm not going to lie. Those are two big losses. But the 49ers lost Fred Warner for crying out loud, right? They don't have Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk never showed up. Ricky Pearsall was missing this whole time. You know what I mean? So, like, listen, you had Mac Jones playing quarterback. Your starting quarterback went down. So when I talk about injuries, I just go right to the 49ers. Okay? Let's not talk about injuries. No excuses. That's exactly right. Injuries equals no excuses. No excuses. Got to get the job done. Next man up. Next man up. All right. Do we have a milk carton candidate? Would you like me to pick one? Because I didn't have that in the car today. Because I was going to have it a low-key night before we go into New Year's. And I was going to get into New Year's talk with y'all. But if we shall, we shall. Let's get right into it. Milk carton candidate. Who would you guys have as your milk carton candidate? What player have you been kind of like, yo, where you at, bro? I already have one. I've been having one. But where you at? Let me see what you guys got. Amy's saying, yo, Coleman, where you at? I mean, I know where he at. He's on the inactive. He benched. That's where he at. So, shoot, where you at? Bagley, where he at? He's on his way back to where his hometown was. I don't know where he's at. Poor guy. He might have to go to CFL, bro, for real. I mean, I felt they should have cut him after the first time he missed that PAT. All right, it's been great. Thank you for your time. Out you go. They said, yo, we want you back. We'll bring you back. And this guy ended up, some might say, cost us the game. I think we cost ourselves the game, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, Brew Crew Fishing says, yo, put Josh on the milk carton. Josh will never be on the milk carton for me. Josh will never be on the milk carton for me because unless this guy went this guy had like less than 30% completion percentage through 4 picks and got benched, then I could give you that. But nah, bro. I can't. I'm never going to put Josh on there. You tripping, bro. You tripping. Ooh, Bernard might be a good one, Videsh. Bernard might be a good one. Because this brother went from having poor play to then getting hurt, then being outplayed by his linebacker, then returning, then also being outplayed, and then getting hurt again, and now will probably remain as a rotational player if he does come back. Bernard is definitely a candidate for where the hell's your game gone? Where you at? Because I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I'd love to see what the contract looks like with him. How you gonna put Ray Davis on there, man? Ray Davis has been in his role doing what he's supposed to do. His role has been to take the football and get us excellent yardage. And he did. And then we got a flag on it. Yo, Ray Davis is not on that list, bro. How you gonna put Dawkins on that list? Man, y'all tripping. Dawkins? No. Ty Johnson? Heck no. Curtis Samuel's on IR. What y'all saying, man? You guys are tripping right now. Osiris Torrance? Nah, I ain't gonna put him on there. No. I ain't gonna put him on there. Terrence Bland saying, yo, Josh Allen isn't above reproach. Right, but you can't put him on, you can't put it like he's missing. He's not missing. He just missed a throw. He missed a throw. Too harsh for me. All right, here's my milk carton candidate. And I've said this brother's name multiple times, and I'm not going to get off of it until he shows me the game. That's Josh Palmer. Have we had a Josh Palmer game yet? Brandon Cooks has been here less time. We had a Brandon Cooks game. If I say, yo, what's that Brandon Cooks game? You'll know. Hey, what's that James Cook game? You'll know. You can probably say multiple. What's that Keon Coleman game? You'll know. It was week 1. What's the Josh Palmer game? Bro, this guy's been missing all year. I need him to show up. Palmer, show me something, bro. Show Bills Mafia something. Show your quarterback something. He been waiting for you. You getting paid 11 mil, baby. You getting paid 11 mil. Show me something. Golly. If I'm going to put somebody on my milk carton, that's him, Josh Palmer. APB, where you at? Where your game at? Where's your presence? I need your presence. Yo, Josh has been waiting for your presence. He's sitting here throwing to bubble screens all day. Can we give him something downfield? I'm starting to believe that was an awful signing. Golly, man. Whew. That's him for me. Palmer's my milk carton candidate. Where you at? Where you at? Your face is gonna be right on that carton. That's where it should be. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I'm an hour. I said I was gonna not do more than an hour, and I'm at an hour. Right on the mark. So, folks, I appreciate you guys. You guys know that I appreciate you guys. You guys have been amazing all year round. This is the last show of the year. Oh, that's a lie. Because if I do one tomorrow with my man Thigh Doc, that'll be the last show. But this will be the last Rico Report of the year. And I can't be more thankful for each and every one of you guys tuning in and spending your time with me, whether it be an hour, whether it be 20 minutes, whether you're spending 40 seconds watching a reel. I appreciate you guys very much so. This doesn't happen. And I mean this when I say this. This just show don't happen without y'all. You know me. You know I like interacting with y'all. That's the real. So much love to you guys. That's your time, your presence, your super chats, your everything. Y'all have been great to Buffalo Fanatics, and this channel's not here without y'all. And we plan to keep this channel here around a while until people start saying, bro, we ain't messing with BF. We're going somewhere else. We're going to watch our content somewhere else. Until I got 0, then we're going to shut this thing down. But if I got one of y'all, one person's going to view and chat with me, we're going to keep this thing rolling. Z-Ball feels the same way. Pierre feels the same way. And we feel the same way all the way through for those that do the content. You guys F with us on Twitter. You guys F with us on Instagram. My man Bobby's been interacting with y'all. Facebook, y'all, you already know what time it is, man. So much love goes to each and every one of y'all. Let me keep rolling. By the way, what meals are you guys cooking for New Year's tomorrow night? I've been battling what I was gonna do, and I figured it out. I'm gonna share that in just a little bit because I got to share my screen because there's a Thursday night. There's still some football to be played. There's a Thursday night game happening shortly, and it's happening on Thursday. So let me share my screen real quick. And let me bring you into my world a little bit, guys, because we got Brock Purdy and Seattle playing. That's coming up. That's gonna be one of the big games. Is that Thursday's night? Is that Thursday's game? Golly, already? No, that can't be. Anyways, that's the one I have. I got all my dates all mixed up. So let's talk about this for a second. Seattle 49ers. Who has that game? And who goes off on that game? Well, I'll give you an opportunity to jump in on that because Buffalo Fanatics is hooking you up with a $20 free entry. Use that free entry to jump in and find you, get yourself a little slip in there. Get yourself a little slip in there, folks. And maybe you can make a little something on the side. So in order for you to do that, you got to use that BF code 25, get a 100% match up to $100, and we'll go from there. So let me share my screen real quick, and let me change the format, and let's get this thing cracking. So, folks, without further ado, what do we got? So let's break this down here. We got George Kittle, 5.5 receptions. He didn't play last game, so he's going to be absolutely playing this game. And this is for the number 1 seed. Oh, Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yes. And for you wrestling fans, you guys know exactly where that's coming from. So the road dog, George Kittle, 5.5 receptions. Give me the more. Brock Purdy, free pick. You know me, I like me some free. Give me the more. And lastly, Samuel Darnold, 240 yards. Give me that. 239.5. Give me more. Because I think this is going to be a shootout. This is going to be one of those things where, the last guy with the ball is going to make the play. And who will it be? Brock Purdy? Or is it going to be Mr. Samuel Darnold himself? That'll be a fun one. I'm actually looking forward to that one. So you guys let me know what you guys think. You like Seattle in this one? And for those that had their fantasy championships just this week, kudos to you guys. If you guys were winners, congratulations. I'm a little salty on my end because I thought I had something. I thought I was going to make the playoffs, and I thought I was going to be the team that comes in and just, surprises everybody. And no, your boy got none. Your boy's got none. All right. So, we got another super chat. We got another super chat coming in. My man Richie. What up, Rich? Richie says, yo, can we touch on Judon getting action week 18? I would love for Judon to get on action. Like, we signed this guy's been on the team 2 weeks now. What we're waiting for? I need to see what he looks like in the rotation. Hopefully, we get to see Matthew Judon on the field next week. Unless he's hurt, which would suck that we brought on a guy that's hurt on the practice squad. Bro, bring that guy up, see what he gives you in week 18, and throw him in there. And if he shows you a bit of juice, he shows you a little something, now we fortify our pass rush going into the playoffs. Like I'm telling you guys, I really truly do feel that us being the 6th or 7th seed is very dangerous. Yes, we're on the road, but guess what? You're going to be on the road in the Super Bowl. So you know what? Start now. You might as well start now. Knock it off. Start now. And let's get this thing cracking. So let's roll. I mean, we didn't have any problems in Foxborough on the road. We won on the road. We went to Cleveland. We won on the road. So we're going to do the same thing going on the road in the playoffs. 4 straight. Let's do it. All right. Last question for you guys before I get out of here. What are you guys making to eat for New Year's? What will be the last meal you have for New Year's? Talk to me. Well, when you guys start sharing me your meals, somebody said they're making coquitos. Somebody said black eyed peas. Is it Trinidad? Oh, Videsh. Yo, black eyed peas is a Trinidadian New Year Eve dish. Black eyed peas with what though? What you doing it with? What kind of meat? Because I know you ain't just eating some black eyed peas, bro. I know you're gonna make you something. So go ahead and do that for me. Let me know. My man Chico says he's making some coquitos. What do we got? Who's making? Somebody better not be. I'm making some sliders. I'm gonna have Chinese food. Never. You can't go wrong. I went to the grocery store today. Side story. Went to the grocery store today, and there's one cashier that I always love going to. Her and I, we click like this, right? And she was asking. She saw my ingredients as what I was gonna make for New Year's because I do all the cooking. I do most of the cooking at home. Anyway, so she was like, "Yeah, I'm doing Chinese food, $200 worth." I was like, "Golly, you're having a big feast. Like, who's coming over?" She's like, "Just me and my husband." $200 for both of y'all? Yo, that's crazy. But Chinese food be like that, man, because you get an order of that, an order of this, an order of that. By the time you look at it, you're like 140. Golly, she going, but 200? That's a little excessive. For $100, okay, I got you. But 200, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, girl. Anyway, that's my Chinese food story for you. Ham and scalloped potatoes. That's a you ready to go to bed after that, bro. That's one of those things that just kind of got you chilling. Margaritas and tacos. Listen, that I F with. Tacos? Ooh, listen. Oh, I could have done that, man. I could have did the what's that that pulled beef? It's not pulled pork, but it's the beef that's pulled and you throw it in the taco, both sides. It starts with a T. I can't think of it right now. I should have done that. Somebody's doing pozole. Oh, you doing goat? My man Videsh is doing goat. All right, goat and black eyed peas. I'm gonna take that. I like that. Oh, and you got some sorrel. Oh shoot, you really Trini boy. You're a Trini for sure. Hey, what y'all doing about your power though? I mean, your gas. Because I know Venezuela's hating on y'all right now. Venezuela is hating on y'all. They say, yo, y'all helping the U.S. Yo, we cutting y'all off. What y'all gonna do for your energy and all that stuff, bro? And your gas. Very curious about that. You got the sorrel rum. I like that. We got some chorizos. Chorizos going down. I like it. Brisket. Never go on with a brisket. I tried my hand at a brisket. I got this tin can of a smoker, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my first brisket. with this terrible smoker that I got. It was like manually constructed after like 3 level, and I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. Anyways, that thing turned out to be terrible. But we made it work. We made it work nonetheless. Shredded beef. I get it. Oh, you got some Jamaican food? All right, I see some Jamaican food in there. Okay, I got you. All right, so check this out. I was like, what do I want to do? I was gonna do, you mean a Haitian dish? I was gonna do some griot, some banan, and I was gonna do all of that. But the wife is always like, oh, it makes the house, you smell too much like food. It gets into our clothes. It gets, yo, girl, please, man. When you grew up in a Caribbean house, you didn't care that your food, your clothes smelled like that because you knew that you were eating good. Anyway, so I was like, all right, man, I won't do that. So what we're gonna do is shawarma. We're gonna go Middle Eastern. We're gonna go shawarma, and I made it homemade. So I got all my spices. I got my chicken. So I'm marinating. I got that thing marinating right now. I got my roasted potatoes. I got my rice. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it. We got potato. We got the whole shebang. We got pita bread. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So it's gonna be an interesting one. And I went on Temu. I don't know. I mean, am I the only one that's Temu? Because I live off of Temu sometimes, bro. Some of them Temu stuff is legit. Anyway, I got this skewer. I know you can make your homemade skewers, but I want the juice to stay in there. So I got this little thing that's got this metal skewer. I'm gonna put all my chicken on there, throw that in the oven. Bob's your uncle is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, that's it for me. Food talk is done with, and then we'll get this thing going. So if you guys have me on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, whatever meal y'all cook for New Year's, yo, save it, take a picture of it, send it to me because I'm always in that. Always. My man said, yo, Temu was a sickness, bro. It is a sickness. There was a moment that I was like, I was spending my time on that. And the wife she's like, what you want? She's like, is that Amazon? I was like, no, that's Temu. And she started being on Temu, and then I can't get her off of it. So now we had to wean ourselves off. We've been off. And then we went for Christmas. We got some more stuff on there. And now we got to chill back again. So we chill. We know we good now. But it is a sickness. It is indeed. All right. I said I was going to be done 12 minutes ago. But here I am. Keep chatting with y'all. All right, I'm done. Y'all have yourself a fantastic rest of the afternoon. Potentially we'll see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, God bless you. I pray that you guys have a prosperous year. I pray that you guys have a healthy year. I pray over everyone listening right now that if you have not accepted Christ in your life, go ahead and do that. Is the best decision you'll ever make. And that being said, it's my time. I'll have you guys and chat with you guys another time. Until next time, it's your boy Rico. It's the Rico Report. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. And y'all have a happy new year unless I see you guys tomorrow. All right?